starting to look at Lila differently. Marcus tried to leave. An off-duty officer who was a guest stopped him at the door. "You're not going anywhere." Within an hour, detectives arrived. They separated Ethan, Lila, and Marcus into different rooms for questioning. Ethan's story came first. He was taken to the hospital, rehydrated, and examined. Once he was stable, he gave his statement. He said the last thing he remembered before waking up in the cabin was having drinks with a few friends 2 nights before the wedding. It was supposed to be a low-key bachelor celebration, just a few guys at a bar. He remembered feeling dizzy, nauseous. He thought maybe he'd had too much to drink, but he only had 2 beers. One of his friends offered to drive him home. Ethan accepted. But he didn't remember getting into the car. He didn't remember the drive. The next thing he knew, he woke up in a dark, cold room. It was a cabin, abandoned. No electricity, no running water. The windows were boarded up. The door was locked from the outside. He had no phone, no wallet, no shoes. There was a jug of water and a few protein bars on the floor beside him. And there was something else. A photograph, printed on glossy paper. It was a picture of Lila. She was laughing, her head tilted back, her hand resting on someone's shoulder. But it wasn't Ethan's shoulder. The photo had been cropped, but you could see part of a man's arm around her waist. Ethan didn't recognize the man, but the message was clear. She's not who you think she is. He spent days trying to break out. He pounded on the door until his fists bled. He tried to pry the boards off the windows, but they were nailed too tightly. He rationed the water and food, not knowing how long he'd be there. On the 3rd day, he heard a car pull up outside. He screamed for help. The car drove away. On the 7th day, the door unlocked. He didn't see who did it. By the time he stumbled outside, weak and disoriented, the car was gone. He started walking. He didn't know where he was. It took him days to find a road. He hitched a ride from a truck driver who thought he was a homeless veteran. The driver dropped him off at the edge of town. Ethan went straight to the chapel. He didn't know what else to do. Now, sitting in the hospital, he asked the detective one question. Why would someone do this to me? The detective didn't have an answer yet, but they were starting to form a theory. 35-0, 50-0. The truth unravels. Lila's statement was different. She sat in the small chapel office, still in her wedding dress, mascara streaked down her face. She told the detective that Ethan had been pulling away for weeks. She said he'd been acting strange, secretive, distant. She said she thought he was having doubts about the wedding. Then, the night he disappeared,